Welcome everyone to Movie Trivia Under the Lights. I'm your host for today, Hunter Friesen, and with me today is Big J from Oniolo, fresh up hosting last week's match with Tyler Bad News Banark, so hopefully I compare as well as he did on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll do. I really had a lot of fun, so I'm back for some more.
Okay, good. I'm glad, because there's going to be a lot of fun today, because we are continuing the second round of the Singles Film Trivia Clash tournament with a match that a lot of people had marked on their calendar, because we have the number one overall seed in the tournament finally making his debut here, Merc with the movies against number 16 seed, charming Chad Clark. I know on YOLO, we're out totally out of March yet, or even out of April, even though March Madness is a tiny bit in April, but this match could be like the prototypical March Madness definition tournament game. There's a lot of upsets so far. No one in Vegas has a perfect bracket yet, basically, anymore. And what are you looking for in this match then, between these two very polar opposite seeds?
I don't know, I think everyone expects Merc to win easy, but like what we've been seeing in these matches is that everything can happen. And one thing is for sure, Cinephiles in Paradise are gonna go into the next stage because they both like from the same faction. So they're gonna lose a player for sure, but at least they're gonna have a player through to the next phase. So that's like something that should be happy.
I know it's kind of a double-edged sword here. Where no matter what, they'll get
Yeah.
one in at the sacrifice another. And then as we looked at Tyler Bannock's in the next round as well potentially. So if like Merc or Chad here beats his teammate, he might have to beat his teammate again in the next round. It's just killing each other to get to the top of the ladder, which is just how it has to happen sometimes in the tournament. So if we want to look at Merc specifically, actually, we say the stats don't really tell the whole story for players, but for Merc they actually really do in a good way because like his stats are impressive beyond belief. That 5.5 average is like the best in the league almost, and that's actually his weakest stat, which is kind of crazy to think because the actor round, the steal round, the director round, he's only gotten one wrong in the director round ever, which is kind of crazy. And I can tell you from experience in the free for all where he made his debut, and the championship match, and every other time tournament, it is just a sweat fest when you're playing Merc. You have to score literally every point you can possibly get, and it's a battle of attrition all the way through.
Yeah,
So that's
I've been watching all these matches, and what's impressive with him is a bit what's impressive with you. Like
mhm.
there's no kind of question that can come and kind of puts him off. He kind of knows everything. And that's what I think he might be scary for the other players.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing that I think would be the kryptonite to this Superman is the mental aspect of the game, because this is the first match since winning the title slash losing the title that Merc is back in here against Nazario. So we've been thinking for a while now, how will Merc react to that kind of a night? Is he going to come back with a vengeance better than ever, or will he be a shell of his former self? Now, obviously, no one thinks he's going to struggle or anything, but we'll see what happens here. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but then, yeah, we look lower down the seeds. We can look at Chad here. He's looking to become the biggest upset in league history at the expense of his own teammate, of course. But a win here would also cement his placement as the top rookie of the season in that race, which was won last year by Jake Cunningham, who he could potentially play the next round. He beat Alex Holmes in the very first round of this tournament to get here, got 4 points in that first round, which is better than his average. And they got all 6 points in the second round. So if he could repeat that, there's at least a little bit of advantage over Merc there. And he's very much a more modern player, we'll say the 2010s, the 2000s. He also likes the SNL category, which is something that people really don't like because there's a lot of variants now. And you got, for every Wayne's World you have, there's a ladies' man. There's just
Yeah.
too much stuff in that category that I'm like, I don't want to handle. So is there
Yeah, if
anything in
he's
there you're looking
lucky,
for?
no, if he's lucky in what he gets, I think he can really give some trouble to Merck because on those categories that he feels comfortable, I what I saw is very good. So again, I think Merck is more like a widespread. He can kind of
Mm-hmm.
get everything, but if he gets like the right questions, he might give Merck a run for his money, and that's what I expect. Just to have a fun match. I hope no one runs with it.
No, yeah, yeah. No, there's definitely, on paper, of course, Merc is the number one seed, so
Yeah.
he's the favorite here. But there's avenues of, where Chad can really bring something into this match and really run Merc for his money. So, well, before we pit these two teammates against each other for our entertainment, I want to let everyone know that should like this video on as soon as it's over, or right now even. You don't even know what the match is going to be. You're still going to like it because it's just that great of a content. Subscribe to the League of Cinephiles on YouTube and on Instagram, and stay tuned for more matches as we go further into this chaotic tournament. So let's just introduce him right now. Right now. With a singles record of 2-1, representing the Cinephiles in Paradise, the number 16 seed, Charming Chad Clark.
Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing?
How you doing today? You made it here to the second round after an impressive first round win. What have you got planned for us?
Just gonna do my best. I've heard the legend of Merc, and I'm a little scared, to be honest. So let's see. Just roll the dice, see what happens.
I know he inspires fear into everybody. Unfortunately, today has to be against his own teammates. So, but I think you got some fear in him as well. He's coming back after quite the lengthy absence. But of course, I'll ask him about that as we introduce him right now. So, his opponent, the former singles film trivia clash champion of the world, with a singles record of 2-1. Also representing the Cinephiles in Paradise, the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, Merc with the movies.
Always got to remind me that I got cashed on every time.
I mean, you can talk to Anyola right now. He's the captain of the team with our new champion. So if you got any words, he can pass them along straight to him.
Well, I mean, he beat me fairly, but he's still a paper champion because he didn't win a 5-round match. Hey, he won by the rules, so I'm a little salty, but he won by the rules.
Let's get into round 1 then. 8 questions in round 1. As always, 15 seconds for each question. Competitors must write down all their answers legibly and completely. 1 point for each correct answer, and competitors' teams have 3 repeats and 1 challenge to use over the course of the match. Make sure to have that in the back of your head. It may come in handy. And if a competitor goes perfect in the first round, they will get the honorary Helmer bonus question for potential 9th point. So, competitors, you've heard the rules. Chad, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Merc, are you ready? All right, then let's get ready to clash. First question, I'll read it off here. Ooh. All right, it got the excitement of me. All right, who portrayed Steppenwolf in Justice League? Both versions as well. Whew. Hopefully, you seem to know it. That's what they did.
3, 2, 1, time.
All right, let's start with the number 1 overall seed. What you got?
Kieran Hines.
Kieran Hines. All right, Chad, do you have the same answer or a different one?
I did not know. I just remember it being a shitty CGI character. So.
Ooh. Well, technically both are correct, but one is the actual correct answer. We were looking for Kieran Hines, who does play a shitty CGI character, but we can only give the point there to Merc in that case. All right, so moving on to question number 2. Aniolo, take it away.
In what year were the sequels Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, Sex and the City 2, and the Chronicles of Narnia, Voyage of the Dawn Treader released?
If anybody knows this answer based off Narnia, I would be very impressed because
And
those
I
movies
give it
don't
up Wall
exist.
Street. The other two I would have.
we
3,
dig deep here,
2, 1, time. So let's
All
go
right.
to Merc first now.
Oh, sorry.
2010.
Okay. Chad?
Yeah.
I got 2012.
Okay, and again, there's one right answer, and it's Merc again, 2010.
Thank God it was Wall Street. If it would have been some other movie, I would have been.
I mean, I'm sorry you didn't know it off Sex and the City 2. I mean, the modern classic. Oh, well. All right. Moving on, third question here. What is the name of the lair where the Black Widows are raised and trained in the MCU? Of course, the most memorable entry in the MCU as well.
This is a guess for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean,
3, 2, 1, time. Show your answers. Let's go to Chad first.
I got nothing. I said the web. I suck at this round.
It's a good try.
it is a good
Mark?
try, actually.
The Red Room.
And
Well-
yeah,
Oh,
again,
yeah.
Merc got it. Sorry.
They
That was a
both,
guess.
they both guessed, but they got it, yeah? Or Merc got it, I'm sorry, yes. The web was actually a good guess. That would have been mine because I do not know the Red Room.
I would have like maybe he's right.
Yes, I know. Justice League, Sex and the City 2, Black Widow, classics today so far.
Classics.
A lot of pop culture questions.
I know. Well, let's see if the fourth one is also a classic.
Which Pixar movie has a voice cast that includes Aubrey Plaza, Nathan Fillion, and Charlie Day?
I just learned this one today because I was looking up something on Aubrey Plaza because of the Met Gala.
Oh, so he's doing his research here and here out. This is what
3,
champions are made.
2, 1, time. Let's go first to chat.
It's Monsters University.
Okay, Merc.
Monster University.
And they're both correct. We got Chad on the board.
Yeah. Well, Monsters University, is that part of this classics? Maybe more than the others. We'll say that. All right. This one is, I think, 5. This is a good movie we're talking about here. Question number 5. In a simple plan, in what kind of vehicle do Bill Paxton and Billy Bob Thornton discover $4 million in cash?
Top tier Sam Raimi.
Mm-hmm. I think this one takes place in Minnesota. I'm not. I don't exactly remember.
I mean, they got
3,
Chicago, so I
2,
wasn't surprised.
1.
True.
Time.
All right. Start with Merc on this one.
Airplane.
Airplane says in Chad.
It's a Cadillac.
Cadillac. Well, it could have been maybe a Cadillac branded airplane, but it was a plane. Yes, that's the answer. We're taking a parentheses crashed plane, but plane nonetheless. So Mark gets that point there. Keeping that perfect round alive. So the honorary Helmer bonus point may become the honorary Merc bonus point. We'll see what happens here. Still got 3 more questions to go. All right, number 6.
What was the first movie to feature Tyler Perry as Medea?
Well, you didn't even need to finish the question for him to start writing, so there might be something going on there.
It's a true classic for them, this.
Oh, there you go. I mean, Medea movies.
3, 2, 1, time. Let's go to chat first.
It's a Family Reunion.
Okay, Merc.
Unfortunately, Chad, that is the second one. The first one is Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Oh my God! And Merc keeps on with the perfect round. 6 to 1.
Giving out lessons here as well. All right, keeping them going here. Question number 7. Which actress has played characters such as Amber Waves, Linda Partridge, and Alma Coyne? I can get it off one of these, but I won't say it.
I'm sure you can.
Don't you call me lady? All right.
3,
got it.
2, 1, time.
All right. Well, since you know it, go ahead. I guess we won't spoil it for the audience.
She should have won her Oscar for Amber Waves and Boogie Nights.
There you go. So even more lessons. Chad, do you have a similar answer or a different?
I got it.
Who knows?
Yeah. I love some Paul Thomas
Julian
Anderson,
Moore.
So.
There we go. All right, everyone shake hands right now. We're all doing
Last
well.
Question to see if you get the bonus point, Merc.
8th and final one.
With what song do Marty and his band audition for the Battle of the Bands in Back to the Future? Three, 2, 1, time.
Let's start with Chad, though. We want to
Chad.
Keep attention on.
Johnny Be Good.
Okay. And Merc, what do you got?
That's the song of the ending, but it's Power of Love.
Oh man.
Power of Love. And with that, Merc has gotten it. Yes, the perfect 8 out of 8 on that.
At first I had back in time. Like, no, hold up. He didn't try to tell me, but because it was both Huey Lewis, but I don't know it's Power of Love.
So does this mean we change it now from Alex to Merc?
Let's stop talking about the bonus question. Let's actually give you it so you can get this potential 9th point here. So, Lawrence Fishburne's character in the John Wick movies is named after what New York district?
Hold on, before you start the time, you want like the borough, or you want the name of the thing? Because it's Bali Brooklyn, but then Brooklyn is the answer if that's the case. I just want to know because
see, we'll have to defer. I'll have to defer to the question writer slash.
Because I'm saying, like, do you want the borough, or do you want like just the
let's say
name of
the borough. Let's say that
Brooklyn.
All right, and we're back after a slight deliberation of the rules. Being the New York native that he is, Merc pointed out this question is a little open-ended in terms of it, and being the Minnesotan I have no idea what any of these boroughs districts are in New York. So the correct answer was Bowery, and Merc talked about Bowery, Brooklyn, the borough and the district. We decided that he got it right. He knew the answer for what we were asking. So he gets the 9th point there. Perfect round one. Perfect, so perfect he gets 9 points out of the technically possible 8, I guess. So each player must identify the name of the actor from the picture provided. There will be 3 pictures for each player. Each question worth the number of points it is. In sequence, theoretically, they get harder from 1 to 3 for each player. Aniolo, you will take it away from this round, guide our players through these pictures of people.
Okay, so because Merc is in front, he can decide if he goes first or if he defers to Chad.
I'll go first.
Cool. Okay, so let's go with 1 point question for both of you, starting with Merc.
JB Smith.
My God, I didn't even put the timer on. That's 1 point. Let's go. Okay.
That is Beanie Feldstein.
And that's correct. So the 1 point goes to each competitor. We'll go now to question 2 for Merc. 2 points.
David Diggs.
Another one that I didn't even press the button.
Yeah.
And it's 2 points for Merc.
Was that faster or slower than JB
That's why I have the highest average.
So let's go to the 2 points for Chad.
Oof.
I would have struggled with this one because her name is kind of tricky.
I can't even think of her name. I just know her from Game of Thrones and Fast and Furious. But
3, 2, 1, time.
It's like Nathaniel Emmanuel, some shit like that.
Natalie Emmanuel.
Yeah, like I know like the Natalie spelled differently. I would have struggled with
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the 3 points now. And for Merc, see if I can press the button this time.
Leslie Manville.
I pressed the button, but I didn't have a lot of time. It's correct.
Another Paul Thomas. I'm loving these Paul Thomas Anderson people.
Oops.
Okay, now Chad, 3 points here to try and cut the lead a little bit. It's 15-3 right now. So see your 3 points.
I feel good. I would have gotten all of them right. I don't care what.
Oh, yeah. Just to make everyone feel nice.
Yes, is his name Eric Idle?
And that is correct. Like
Okay,
3 points to cut the lead.
Cool.
That's a great guess. There you go.
Monty Python.
All right. So after round 2, Merc still perfect. We'll say that. And as he points out, he would have been perfect no matter which way he went. So there you go. He's very,
Just to
very
rub it
modest.
in.
The rules are each competitor / team, but just competitors this time, have 4 questions, which are worth 2 points each. All questions will correlate to one specific category, which is assigned to them via the Wheel of Truth. No lies on it. You get what you get. If a competitor, though, doesn't like the first category they spin on, they can choose to spin again, but they must stick to the second spin category. And you can choose to go multiple choice on any of their questions. If you do, a correct answer will only be worth 1 point. If a competitor guesses the question incorrectly, we will move to the next player, and they have a chance to steal that for as many points, whether it is 2 points first guess or multiple choice. So when stealing, you cannot go to multiple choice if they are on their first guess. So hopefully you know it. And if you land on a wild card slice, they can choose to spin again on the first spin, but must stick with the category on the second spin. A wild card slice can be either spinner's choice, opponent's choice, or a question from a random actor's filmography. All right, so we got Disney, John Hughes, 2000, Spin Again, rom-coms, Mission Impossible, wildcard number 1, coming-of-age films, 2010s, black cinema, sports movies, wildcard number 2, 80s horror, world cinema, well, that's a dichotomy there, video game movies, Wildcard number 3. A whole lot going on here. Merc, you are in the
Okay.
lead. So you get to choose if you want to spin first or give it to Chad here.
I'll spin first.
All right. We just had to say it for legal reasons, but we think we knew the answer. Whoa!
I'll stick to 80s horror.
All right. He answered that just as fast as he answered the actor rounds. 80s horror was quick with it, so he'll have it. Let's see what
this
Chad...
show is going to be like 15 minutes if he keeps going this fast.
That's something to say.
Well
All
done,
right.
my boy, Chad.
But Chad got something we might have said that was on his stat card, 2000.
I think
but obviously
we both got things that we wanted.
We have not heard though. It is his choice. Chad, would you like to keep it or spin again?
Yeah, definitely keep it.
I saw that.
Okay.
He was like, hell yeah, give me that.
Again, I also had to ask that for legal reasons, but we figured you would want it. Chad has chosen the 2000, and Yola, you'll be giving us questions. Now, we don't want to raise any alarms here, but Chad, you are down by 9. If you go down by more than 10 before the round 4, you will be mathematically eliminated. So we will be giving your 2000 questions first to see how much of a difference you can make up here. So starting with question number 1, on Yola, you'll take it away on here. Obviously, multiple choice and everything applies as well.
Who directed Best Picture winner Chicago?
Rob Marshall.
And that's correct. I'm starting to get some points back.
All right. So now it's only a 7-point difference here. Moving in.
Merc is starting to get nervous.
Exactly. All right.
Which actor has been in the 2000s film King Kong, Shark Tale, and Ice Age?
Ooh. Can I get multiple choice? I don't want to screw up. Multiple choice.
Okay, so we'll go to multiple choice.
All right.
So A, Ray Romano, B, Naomi Watts, C, Jamie Bell, D, Jack Black.
I was feeling Jack Black before the multiple choice, so I'm going to go with D.
And that's correct. So another point.
I've never seen the Ice Age movies, but I would have just said Jack Black just on the first 2, so I would have.
A lot of animals.
Ice Age, yeah.
I didn't know it either. I trusted our question writers, but I was like, really? He's in Ice Age? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like, there's like 5, 6 sequels. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Moving on, though.
Okay, question 3. Chris Rock plays Shaka Luther King, Gus Van Sant plays himself, and Will Ferrell plays a federal wildlife marshal in what 2000s comedy?
Multiple choice.
3, 2, and we'll go to multiple choice. A, Clerks 2, B, Jay and the Silent Bob Strike Back, C, Scary Movie, D, Movie 43.
B, I almost said it, but I wasn't positive, so I went multiple choice.
And that's correct.
I was like, hopefully he's at a Kevin Smith fan.
It's correct. Hey, he's perfect so far in this round 3. So let's see what he's got.
Only 5 points
question.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Which college does Big Mike choose to attend in 2009's The Blind Side?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. And that's correct.
Ooh.
This was a great round.
I know
so
you're from
only
the
3
Southeast,
points.
so
That's right, one of his strengths.
Yeah. All right.
That was easy.
There you go. See, it's a match now. All right. So, all right. The spotlight has moved back over to Merc here with 80s horror. All right. Question number 1. Cujo is what breed of dog in Cujo?
Multiple choice.
He's quick with multiple choice. So let's see what he got. A, Saint Bernard. B, Golden Retriever. C, German Shepherd. D, Pitbull. A, Saint Bernard is correct. He is a Saint Bernard for 1 point. So moving on to the second question. Which 80s horror movie takes place in the fictional town of Santa Carla, California?
Let me get multiple choice. I think I might know, but just want to be safe.
All right. Is it A, Hellraiser, B, Gremlins, C, The Lost Boys, D, Poltergeist?
C, The Lost Boys. I had a feeling
Well-
just can't afford 2-point steals.
Yeah. Both you and Chad have feelings going multiple choice, but at least it's confirmed because that is correct. C, The Lost Boys for another point there. All right, moving on to question number 3. Can both competitors go perfect in round 3? That will be achievement. We'll have to check the Hall of Fame records to see if that's ever happened. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So number 3, in what anthology film will you see a man who attempts to quit smoking, an adulterous man forced onto a building ledge, and an evil gnome attacking a child?
Multiple choice again.
All right. A, Tales from the Crypt. B, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. C, Creep Show. D,
Wait.
Cat's Eye.
I have a thing because 2 of these movies aren't from the 80s. Oh no, never mind. It's like if it would answer would have been correct. All right. D, Cat's Eye.
He says D, Cat's Eye. He's 3 for 3 in multiple choice. That is correct. Perfect game still in play here. Moving on to question number 4. In Psycho 2, Norman returns to his hometown and finds a job as what?
I know he works at a diner, but just give me multiple choice again. I know it's very tricky.
All right. A, cook. B, lifeguard. C, car mechanic. D,
A,
truck driver.
cook.
You're not expecting a lifeguard in the diner, but I know you got it right. A, cook. He goes multiple choice for all 4, but he gets them all perfect. So perfect 4 points there. But Chad really narrowed the deficit by a good margin there. He keeps himself alive in the game. So Merc gets 4 points here. So, all right, well, technically the rules commissioner came down and said you don't have a perfect game, Merc, because you went to multiple choice. You have a no-hitter is what we'll say, or a no missed question is what we'll say in the Hall of Fame, I guess. But that doesn't mean you lose at all, because now the ball is in the Chad's court. For round 4 here, let's move up to the rules. Competitors will choose 3 numbers, which all correlate to 3 directors that their questions will be related to. Competitors will receive a 2, 3, and 5 point question. The numbers they choose correlating to 3 directors, and they will choose the 3 directors they've randomly received to each of their questions. You no longer get random. You can actually do a little bit of strategy here. And whoever's the most points in this round will be declared the winner. And if there's a tie at the end of this round, we will go into the competitors have chosen which order they will answer their directors in. Chad has done the following. He will answer Alfred Hitchcock in his 2-point question, Steven Soderbergh as his 3-pointer, and 5-pointer will go to Christopher Nolan. And then Merc has the following: 2-pointer to David Yates, 3-pointer to Sidney Lumet, and 5-pointer to F. Gary Gray. So we will switch over to Chad because he has to answer all of his questions, or most of them, to get to at least tying Merc or taking the lead. That is all possible here. So your first question, your 2-pointer, is in the realm of Alfred Hitchcock. So Alfred Hitchcock 2-pointer here. Vertigo takes place in what American city?
Chicago.
3, 2, 1.
He
Gone.
says Chicago. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. We were looking for San Francisco. Takes place in. Still alive here, though, as we will move on to your 3-point director. You chose Steven Soderbergh.
Chad needs to
So-
get this one right now, or
Yes.
he's going to lose.
Yes, you must get both now 3 and the 5-pointer correct in order to stay alive in the match. If he does, he will take the lead by Merc by 1 point. So,
And they still have the 3 repeats, right?
yes.
Okay.
So, for survival here, 3-pointer in the realm of Steven Soderbergh. Who plays Sawyer, the lead character of Unsane?
Claire Foy.
And he's still alive because that is correct. It is Claire Foy. Yes, so
It's kind of
3
easy
points
for a
in there.
3-pointer.
Ooh.
No, it's very easy.
I agree. I didn't know
Merc
that.
keeps
That
saying
was
no
the name.
offense, but
Like I thought it
keeps
was gonna be
offending.
like
Yeah.
20 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lead of Unseen.
All right, so he's got a 5-pointer left here in the realm of Christopher Nolan, though. He chose this as his 5-pointers. It seems he is most confident. Number 12. All right. In what European city does Alfred see Bruce at the end of The Dark Knight Rises?
Paris.
And your winner, the number 1 overall seed, Merc, with the movies.
What was the answer? I would have said Paris too.
Unfortunately, we were looking for Florence, not
okay,
Paris.
Yeah. Thank God I didn't get Nolan.
Yes.
I would have got.
I would have guessed Paris too, so no shame in guessing that one. So Merc, like I said, after round 3, you didn't have to answer your director questions, but you came away with a no questions wrong round, not a perfect round. So I asked the question, how would Merc come back after losing to having the belt lost? It seems like it didn't matter. It didn't phase you at all. It actually fueled you, it seems.
But like I said, I knew it was gonna be competitive. Chad, like I said, Chad should have been a higher seed. He's a great player. I'm happy to have him on my team. Step 1 to getting back my championship from the paper champion that represents the league. I know you as your man, but I'm sorry, I'm still very salty, especially after the excitement I felt being the only person to be Hunter, and it's just to have it snatched away from me is still something I'm not very over at. But I'm very excited to, I'm going to the next round, and if I have to face Tyler, my teammate, that should be interesting. And if I have to face Jacob, it'll feel like a revenge since him and Goff beat me and Tyler for the number 1 contenders match. So overall, and then just much respect to Chad. He played better than a lot of people thought he would have.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I know normally I would ask competitors, what do you have to say for your possible next competitor? But I was like, well, since Tyler could be one of them, I don't want you to make a diss track on Tyler here, your teammate.
No, that's
and your partner. Yeah, you could make one for Jacob, but you kind of alluded to it there. So
that's another good dude. I love Jacob. None but respect.
That's
him.
true too.
If I face him, it'll be a good match as well.
I felt pretty good about it. I thought I was going to get Mercy rolled there before the final round. So happy to finish it. That first round always gets me. I'm always having to rally from behind. But I kind of wish I had gone with my gut on the spin the wheel round because those were my picks. That's what I would have said, but I didn't want to get no points. So if I would have gone there, we could have been still playing maybe, but you never know.
Yes, well, I mean, you still remain as one of the most impressive rookies of the season. This match, even though it's a loss, it'll be highly on your resume as well. So hopefully that plays into the Rookie of the Year awards race at the end. I have a good feeling you'll be in there as well. But at least you fueled your teammate onto the next round. There's a lot going on here, so we're excited to see you the next time, whenever that is.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
It was a great recover by Chad. It looked like he was going to run with it, Merc, and there was a great recovery there. So it was a fun game, and all of them have been a lot of fun.
Merc lived up to his stats today, and Chad did as well in the first round, but he really elevated in those last rounds we saw. So no matter what, it was a great match for the viewers, for the players, for everybody involved. It was nice. So.
Yeah, it shows that the league is getting more talented players all the time.
Yes.
Why it's completely different now.
Yeah, the Cinephiles in Paradise have some great players. Let's just hope some of them move on, but we'll shift our gaze over to Tyler and Jacob in their second round matchup. So, Anyola, thanks for being my great co-host today. It was a great match. So, if you want to see more, subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the League of Cinephiles on YouTube and Instagram. I've been your host today, Hunter Friesen. Look ahead for more matchups within this singles film trivia clash tournament. Ciao.